Hi, Sagittarius. All right, welcome back to Dream Tarot. So let's jump into your reading and see what's going on with you today. Give me some messages for Sagittarius. Give me some messages for my Saggies watching. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles. Four of Swords. King of Pentacles as well. And the Queen of Cups, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. So, yeah, you have some like crazy transformative like powers right now, okay? So like some really strong capabilities to change your life in amazing ways, maybe to bring in the unexpected in a positive way. There's like a deep focus, or you could be having like deep manifestation right now towards your goals. So I am seeing that first and foremost with the Two of Pentacles. There's you may have like a lineup of goals that you have for yourself for this year 2025, but what's coming through are two specific ones. There's two ones here that make you happy. They put a smile on your face. They bring you a lot of like positivity. Okay. I feel like you could be having a hard time, like you may be switching from one to the other, so you're having a hard time just following one intuitively and then maybe leaving the other one for latter. Maybe you're doing the balancing act where you're trying to multitask your goals right now. I feel like if you're having a hard time trying to see which one is going to fulfill me more right now, which one's going to bring me more happiness, which one do I want more, maybe you're shifting between the two. I feel like a good practice to have is to go after the one that is kind of like a building block, the one that could help you accomplish your other goal, that could be like directly related, or um like help out with another goal. For example, so like say you're wanting to start two businesses. There may be one business that if you focus on right now, and it makes you excited, but you have the other one that makes you really excited as well. If you focus on one of them, one of those can fund the second business. You know what I'm saying? So there's something like that. There's also an energy of like maybe prioritizing the one that's not as long term. Hold on. Sorry, Sag. All right. So, yeah, I think a good practice to do with this is like if one can help fund the other, or if one can help like be a building block towards the other, then focus on that one first. And also, if one is more like a short term goal versus a long term goal, work on the short term goal first. The one that may come faster, come easier, the one that won't take you years to accomplish, the one that won't take you months to accomplish. So that's how you'll know what to do. I feel like there's this excitable energy that you could have towards your manifestations right now. You may feel very geared up, more motivated than maybe other months, and you're just so excitable, but it feels like you kind of are on one page, then you flip to the other, then you flip back to the other one, then you flip to the other. And all of that back and forth, all of that head switching kind of like slows down progress and can confuse the mind. So we want to work on prioritizing, right? Prioritizing, and maybe even numbering or listing our goals. And that's how you'll get it done. Let's see. Tell about the Two of Pentacles. Fortune. All right, so you have your mind on your money and your money on your mind, and that's also being shown with the King of Pentacles. So we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but it feels like these two things, maybe these two hustles, maybe you have your job and then you have your side hustle. Maybe you have like two businesses, like I just brought up. Maybe you are just you're working on something that's going to make you very rich, and this can be monetarily or this could just be spiritually, like energetically feeling very rich with the fortune. So you're on the brink of major success here, but you have to follow a process, kind of have to be systematic in a way. All right, that may be hard for you to do, but it's all about practicing. That's why I call it a practice or a ritual. Let's see what else is here. I don't know why I'm so tongue tied today either. I'm like, what? Ooh, that is so good. All right, let's see. Tell me more about this. All right, we have old woman. So it's telling you to be wise about maybe taking risk at this time, or your priorities, or just making like more mature decisions when it comes to what to focus on right now. If there's something that is like very, I don't know, if there's like a get rich quick scheme, I don't feel like it's impossible. It's like bad energy to be like, oh, that's just, like these things now that you see on social media, how people are making so much money. It's a bad practice to say that can't be you. It definitely can be you, but there's something about doing the more stable thing first, or the thing that's more within reach. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense to you guys. Do that one first, then reach for the impossible. And the interesting thing about your reading today is that the Tower card is on the bottom, which may be hidden from you or what you just don't see right now. And you should expect the impossible. So there's a lot of miracles that are working in your life behind the scenes. So what should Sagittarius focus on if they are confused right now, or if they're just looking for clarity? With the Two of Pentacles, what should they focus on? What is that thing that they should put all of their focus on for the rest of June? And it's not to forget the other thing. It's kind of like to put it in your back pocket, okay? It will be your secret weapon once you, that you can pull out and utilize once you do accumulate the success with that first thing. So let's see. What's the Two of Pentacles here? What should Sag focus on this month of June? What is that one thing? All right, the Queen of Wands. So this could be something to do with body transformation, like if you are wanting to work out, or if you're wanting to get into like a sport, something like that. This could be with the physical appearance as well, like if you're trying to have a glow up, maybe your appearance, your physical will directly affect how successful you could be in this field or whatever endeavor you're going after. So definitely working on your appearance, how you'll show up with whatever this goal is that you're wanting. For example, if you're starting a business, how do you want, what's your face of the brand? That's something that you really want to work on. So like, skincare and setting a regimen where you're taking care of your body, maybe working out, maybe even finding out your look, like, fashion sense, your style, that kind of thing. All right. Queen of Wands also is something that you don't have to work too hard for, which goes hand in hand with what I said about the thing that's in reach. It's something that comes naturally or easily to you. So something that you're already naturally skilled at, that you have a natural talent for, that you don't have to do too much research on, something that you can monetize today. It's like you don't have to take a course on this. You don't have to spend months researching or learning. It's something that you could start profiting from or producing today. So that's the thing that you want to focus on. What you're naturally skilled at today, your natural talent that you possess today, something that has to do with the physical or how you show up in the world, how you present yourself, something that you don't have to work too hard for. Queen of Wands is like attracting, like becoming what you want to attract. So keep that in mind. All right, we're going to move on to the Four of Swords. Sorry, guys, my mouth is kind of like dry today. And it's kind of hot in here as well. All right, Four of Swords. So this is like wanting to be in your own sanctuary. All right, this is like being on do not disturb mode. Definitely not the most chatty this week, not the most communicative. Really like within your head, but doing not in a negative way, just like thinking, brainstorming, introspective properties here. I feel like you also have some type of sanctuary or haven that you've created for yourself. So, and you'll be spending a lot of time there. So, this could be like within your home, like your room, maybe your office, maybe your living room, somewhere that brings you a lot of comfort. For some of you, this is the gym, okay? Because a gym can be a sanctuary and it can be your place where you just kind of like um, separate yourself from the world and really focus in and you feel really a lot of comfort. Some of you guys may have that with that Queen of Wands energy. All right, this could also be like a studio or where you do your work, your office, you know, your cubicle. I don't know, but I do see you hiding out a lot there and not wanting to be disturbed. I feel like you're just having a lot of thoughts and you're liking your thoughts, and also there's this energy of like uplifting your manifestations, your desires, really thinking about your dream life, where you'll be in the next 3 months, where you'll be by your season this year, the end of the year. So let's see what that's about. Four Swords for Sagittarius. Very like solitary confinement, but in a very positive way, I feel. Not really wanting to talk. So if people are blowing your phone up or like texting you every couple of minutes, I don't really see you engaging too much back. All right, so we have child here as well. And what else? We have reunion. I feel like these is your final moments or your last hours before you step into some type of situation that was familiar to you from the past. So this could be like getting back together with an ex, or this could be like getting back into a deep connection with an old friend, or this could be reconnecting with your family, even. It's interesting. So there's some type of new beginning with someone that you've known. And this is like your final hours of independence before you're in a relationship, before you're in some type of deep friendship, maybe some social circle, some networking group, before you really hone in on your family and your roots, that kind of thing, okay? The difference between what was then and what will be in, not now but in the future, when you do come back together with these people or this person, is Lord. So this just shows that you will be someone who has elevated in a space. So just having more success, having more notoriety, having more wealth, more money. There's something different about you this time around, okay? Just being more bossed up, okay? So just, I feel like you have changed so much from what this person or these people um, remember you to be. So there's something about that the universe wants to tell you. So it's kind of like your final hours of like solitude before you jump back into something that was familiar to you. And it's a new beginning. It's a fresh start here. Now, if this is not like a person or a group of people, this could definitely be like something that you're going to be doing for work, or a hobby or an interest that you're exploring once again, that you're revisiting. All right, we have the Ace of Cups. So it's definitely a new beginning here. Very sincere beginning, okay? It feels very friendly and positive. It feels very like nurturing. It feels very heartfelt. It feels like you're happy about this, and then the other party is happy that you returned as well. Whatever this is. Anything else you can tell me about this? Yeah, this week or this month of June, you'll be spending a lot of time alone, but that won't last. July, you'll be right back at somewhere that you're familiar with. I feel like what happened in the past between you and the situation, this person, this group, this community, whatever it was, this environment, it left you with a lot of disappointments, and it's something to do emotionally. So something left you feeling like maybe you've had some regrets, Something made you feel left out in the cold, maybe. Something just made you feel kind of heartbroken. It's something that you've never really laid to rest. Like you've always had some type of reserved feelings of disappointment about this. Now it's returning to you, and you're also in a different mindset, but also in a different space. Like you're much more elevated than who you used to be. So I think it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But it feels like there's a lot of love, like mutual love. So I'm hearing like no love lost whenever this person comes back into your life, or these people, your family members, friends, maybe if you're revisiting an environment or a community, there's no love lost here. Could be a mutual yearning to come back together. But I just feel like you're so different from what you used to be back then. That's just what I'm getting. Especially because like your priorities are so different, right? So going from the Two of Pentacles now to the King of Pentacles, you are really deeply focused on your stability and elevating that sense, your income, what you earn, what you create here, and making money off of that. Also, your behavior has changed quite a bit, you know, like your mannerisms and your behavior has changed quite a bit to that of like a boss or a business owner or someone just more, I don't know, of luxury. I don't know what this is trying to say, Sag. All right, tell me about the King of Pentacles for Sagittarius. I feel like the rest of the year is going to be very positive for you, especially monetarily. Okay, so whatever you're working on right now will work out and you'll have like a lot of financial success with whatever that is. And you'll be well known for that as well. Let's see. What's the King of Pentacles? I feel like okay, sorry, let me show you the cards. We have young woman here and hope. I feel like in the past you felt like people just did not believe in you, like your dreams or what you wanted to achieve in life, how you felt like you would show up in the world. You've shared these things with certain people and you felt like there wasn't a strong support behind that, or people just maybe felt like you were naive or you were speaking with innocence and you just didn't know better. When you get older, you'll learn how cold the world is and you'll change your thoughts and your belief system. But I feel like throughout all the ups and downs from that point, you haven't changed your belief system. Like you still want the most out of life. You still lead with optimism. You still believe that you can create and do the unthinkable. And it's a lesson towards whoever is coming back into your space, seeing that you didn't fold on your manifestations or you didn't fold on like your thought process about how your life is going to be, and seeing that it actually works out for you. So your behavior has changed quite a bit, and mannerisms and how you show up in the world. But one thing that hasn't changed is your thought process, and it's like a lesson to those people who may have like second guessed you. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. So there's a wound here about like people not supporting your dreams or people just not believing in you, which that sucks, right? But you are showing them, you are definitely coming back around, and it's being revealed that these things can happen, you know, that optimism is still key. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. You're being seen as the King of Pentacles, like you've worked really hard and you've accomplished a lot of success and that you're in a very stable place in life. But people are also seeing it's because you didn't fold on your thoughts, your belief system. And I think that's very interesting to some people, where maybe they've judged you or they didn't support you or they thought maybe you were just being very naive. Yeah, the moon is here as well. lots of insecurities sometimes that people try to place upon you. So, like having their own insecurities about life and pushing that on you, and then in return, you may be feeling insecure about what you feel like you're placed on this earth to do, or what dreams you have for yourself. All right. I do feel like a big part of that is why some of you guys could have like ghosted situations. So maybe if you just kind of stopped hanging out with certain friend groups, or if you stopped coming around certain family members, or if you just, started to distance yourself from a lover in the past, this is the reason why. It's because the support just was non existent, and it felt kind of like dreary to be around these individuals who just could not see these things for you and also for themselves. And why is, oh my God. All right. Last but not least, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is something that the universe, I guess, is trying to tell you to not lose sight of, because you're going to be very successful, right? You're going to be making a lot of money. You're going to be attaining a certain lifestyle that you envision for yourself, but they do not want you to lose sight of like love or receptivity or being open, nurturing yourself, like making that part of your regimen, taking care of yourself, self care, that kind of thing. So, this is something that you really need to at least, put in a little time throughout your week to make sure you tend to yourself with these things. It's going to be very important to keep you very emotionally strong. All right, we have house. So you're building some type of solid foundation in your life. Again, something about stability, building a lot of stability right now. Some of you guys must be like Sag risings, I believe, because like Sag rising, I think has Saturn in the fourth house. I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that. So you are building some type of foundation, but there's also something about like keeping your heart warm or not becoming cold because you weren't really believed, you weren't supported, that kind of thing. Letting bygones be bygones. Forgiveness is going to be a big thing as well for you. So, forgiving those who doubted you. All right. Consolation is here as well. I feel like some people may be begging for your forgiveness as well. And it's really important to be open to forgiving people. Some people, they're like, I can't wait for the day that they're like on their knees begging for me back, right? But then when those people do come and admit their wrongs, then they kind of just um, stick the sword in their back, and they're like, told you so, and I'm done with you. I'm not open to this, and that's what you deserve. I don't think that's a good energy to be in. I feel like the people who do want to be in your life right now, it's up to you to decide if you want these people in your life. But I think forgiveness is key, and keeping yourself very open, receptive. It keeps like the energy flowing, the good energy, the good feelings flowing. So that may be something you're struggling with. It's like forgiving people who have doubted you or hurt you, that may be coming back around. With that reunion card, it doesn't necessarily mean that you and these people will be in cahoots. I mean, I do see one specific connection that you and this person are having a fresh start, and it's very loving and endearing. But there's going to be way more energies that have doubted you, that have mistreated you from your past, that are coming back around. And it's just a good practice to forgive, even if it's not meant to move forward with these individuals, just having forgiveness. And the interesting thing is, like, a lot of people judge you for like being naive or having this innocence or not knowing any better. But part of your way of forgiving these people is the same notion of they didn't know better, okay? They were naive about me. They innocently judged me. They really thought that I couldn't achieve these things because they feel like they can't achieve things in their life. So it's almost like in forgiving them for the same thing that they've, you know, forgiving them in the same energy that they've judged you for. Again, Six of Wands, lots of people seeing and recognizing your success. almost like it's being put in these people's faces, but not you forcefully doing it. It's just kind of like a coming back around moment, a Six of Cups moment. Lots of wins for you, okay? In the Page of Swords, also lots of curiosity. So people can't help but to tune into your life and see, how did you do the unthinkable? How did you create this tower moment and have this shocking revelation? How did Sagittarius achieve these things, you know? And not hating people for doubting. They're supposed to doubt, right? They've never seen it be done before. They've never seen it be done before with their mom, their dad, their grandparents. They haven't seen it been done before in their own life. So how would they know? Kind of like just giving people grace for doubting you, but just, you know, seeing the type of energy that they're in, which is like that lack, and just moving forward with your little special life, Sag. That's what I see here. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Part of your thing is like not leaving people out in the cold, not reciprocating the energy that people made you feel. It's going to be hard to do that because it's like so tempting to do when people have really hurt you and damaged you and, you know, hurt your feelings in the past, but not doing that to the people who are now, you know, seeing the miracles in your life, not shitting on them, basically, you know, moving along with grace, accepting your wins with grace, that kind of thing. So think about that, because I do feel like some of you are like, that's what they deserve, right? But maybe if you think about this more in your Four Swords moments and you see all of your blessings and see how you have gratitude for those things, then maybe you'll change your outlook and just not sock it to them so meanly, okay? All right, I'm gonna leave it there. And yeah, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Also, guys, if you want a personal reading by me, the link is in the description box down below. All right, bye.